Max Verstappen and Lando Norris were spotted talking in the pit lane after a frosty qualifying session in Japan. Max Verstappen and Lando Norris were questioned on their friendship after an incident in qualifying at the Japanese Grand Prix produced a tense affair between the two drivers. Ted Kravitz ran into the drivers as they made their way to the stewards for a briefing as Verstappen avoided being hit with a penalty for forcing the McLaren star off the track. The two drivers have been friends for a long time after coming up through karting together and are often seen socializing outside of the sport due to their passion for gaming and sim racing. But their relationship was brought under question when the Red Bull star appeared to force Norris off the racetrack at Suzuka during Q2. While it was not intentional, Verstappen pushed too hard on the throttle in an attempt to warm up his tires, putting him into Norris' path, and the 23-year-old had to take evasive action by swerving onto the grass. Verstappen and Norris were summoned to the stewards at 9 a.m. BST, on Saturday, 5 p.m. local time, after the F1 officials decided that his near-miss incident with the Briton warranted further investigation after the qualifying session. Sky Sports F1's pit lane reporter Kravitz was in the right place to catch Verstappen and Norris coming out of the FIA office as they heard the final decision, with the stewards handing a reprimand to Verstappen and avoiding a penalty. "They are just coming out of the stewards. Ah, there's Max and Lando. Are we all friends, lads? Pole going to be all okay?" he said. Verstappen replied, "We're always friends. It's just when you see all the onboards it makes a lot more sense." Kravitz then asked, "So they, the stewards, got the whole picture then?" To which Verstappen responds, "Yeah, they have everything." Norris, whose facial expression was difficult to make out due to him wearing a mask, did not look as jovial as his F1 colleague as he parted ways from Kravitz and Verstappen, heading straight into the McLaren motorhome. The McLaren star insisted in his post-session interview that he for sure expected Verstappen to pick up a penalty and said at the time that the Dutchman's actions were unacceptable. "I mean, there's no rule on doing what you can do, doing what he did is something you cannot do," he told Sky Sports F1. "People always overtake before the last corner. Everyone always does it. He probably would have done the same if he was in my situation, but I wouldn't have swerved at him if I was in his situation." However, Verstappen took an alternative view and suggested Norris should not have tried to overtake him on their outlap. "We were on our outlap and we were all lining up to try and create a gap to everyone," said Verstappen. "Somehow he still wanted to get me into the chicane. I was at the point of accelerating on very cold tires, so I had a little moment and that's when he had to go around me. If you're just a little bit respectful. Everyone's already lining up, I don't think anybody's trying to pass into that last chicane. So by trying to pass me you create that problem."